going to start the year off. This was my first deer hunt of the 2023-2024 season. And I acquired a place because of my buddy Blake. I think it was 28 acres that I could hunt in Georgia. So I went down there. It's legal to bait in Georgia. And sure enough, September 10th, I'm going to try and get it done on day one.
Well, what's up, guys? It has been a long time since I've been in the tree with a camera. But I don't know why this season I've got the feeling like I want to do a little filming. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It is September the 10th, and I am in Georgia. Got permission on, I think it's like 23 acres here. I got a decent 8-point and a 4 on one side, 2 on the other. I call him 2x4. They were still in velvet day before yesterday, and they daylighted day before yesterday, so we'll see. Hopefully they show up. It feels good. I got in here quiet, so you never know. Smoke City, baby. Smoke City, baby. I hope I hit him good. I think I hit him back a little bit. He took a step right when I shot. He was like 20. Let me see how far he was. He was 20. Oh gosh, he was 31. No, he was closer than that. He was probably like 27. I'm worried about it because I thought I drilled him when I shot. He didn't do anything, like, I don't know, the big old thud, like you heard the flush and everything, but he ran like 20 yards and stopped, and couldn't see him, and I ain't seen nothing since, seen or heard nothing since. Yeah. And I can't see him where he stopped, and I ain't seen or heard nothing since then. That was about 5 minutes ago. So that makes me wonder if I gut shot him. So I'm going to get down here in just a minute and go look at my arrow, and unless it's covered in blood and looks real good, I'm going to back out. Just come back in the morning. I was sitting here and I was like, golly, man, I feel like I should be seeing a deer. And I looked down and I was like, I don't remember the trunk of that tree being that dark down there. And then it raised its head and I was like, oh God, that's the 8-pointer. And the other one was way back behind him, but I wanted to shoot the 8-pointer anyway. And he had a bad limp, and the 8-pointer did. And he just came right on in and he turned broadside. But gosh, I thought he was closer than that. So I hope I didn't hit him low. I thought he was like 22, 23. But he did jump the string a little bit too, which probably helped. But the reason why I didn't shoot, I didn't just wait on him to get right under me, was that when he got there, he made a couple of quick steps like he smelled something. And I was like, I don't want to take any chances. Yeah, the target buck, brother. I think he's hard orange, so that's exactly what happened yesterday. He went and shed his velvet.
So I shoot the buck. He comes in, he got a little bit nervous. That's why you ended up seeing the shot. However, you do see him run off a little bit there. But he got a little bit nervous. I took a quicker shot than I probably should have. First sit of the season jitters. And as you hear me talk in the video there, it sounded like I must have hit him back because the deer just ran about 20 yards and stopped and then just walked off real slow. Generally not a good sign for those of you that know deer hunting. And so I wasn't sure what to do. I went and checked the arrow. Sure enough, the arrow's covered in gut matter, which I'm super confused because I watched the arrow sail in and hit him almost directly behind the shoulder, just a fuzz back, honestly perfect for the exit. So I was very confused, but I said, hey, you know what? The best thing to do is wait till tomorrow. So back out, called a friend with a dog, headed back in the morning. Interestingly enough as well, this was the day before I actually shot that buck, and you see he's in full velvet, which was mind-blowing to me. So we get there the next morning, put the dog on the trail. Sure enough, there's blood. There's pretty good blood, and we start following it. And altogether, I'd say the deer probably ran maybe a little over 200 yards. But as the crow flies, probably maybe 100, 110 to where the dog took us to, and eventually found him laying. And unfortunately, the coyotes found him first. So wasn't able to recover much, but you'll see that right here. Not ideal. Well, it's not always you want it to end. Unfortunately, it doesn't always go the way you want it to go, but at least we recovered the buck somehow. So you see the entrance there and the exit there. It is not very far back, and I don't until this day understand how it is that the buck ended up somehow gut shot. However, like I say, he didn't go very far, but there was gut matter in the arrow, which said that he was at least gut shot to some extent. And I actually believe that him having a limp and having his belly kind of hunched up may have shoved his organs further forward, which caused his stomach to be further up in the body cavity. So it was no doubt a memorable hunt. My first Georgia buck with a bow, and on film that is. And man, it was fun. It was the first time I've had permission on a piece of private down there. Not a great big buck. We did have some velvet still left on him, but he was the buck I went down there to shoot as he was the biggest one I had on camera. So it was pretty awesome to go down there and shoot my target buck for the hunt at least. Hoping something else bigger would show up later in the year. As you see, Dad and I slipped down to Georgia, and those are the first deer we've seen this morning. They came in right on top of us, unfortunately. Slipped in here to Georgia, this place I've got. Well, it is October 31st. I just got set up here in North Georgia. I had 4 good deer on camera yesterday.
Now, mind you, this is Walker County, Georgia. Wow, it has been a wild morning in North Georgia. Like I said earlier, when I walked in, I bumped what I felt like was every deer in the area. But it's about 10:30, 10:45, and probably about 10, I had some deer come up from my left, 3 does and a spike. They eased their way on, and in just a second I had 2 coyotes running back behind me. Tried to get a shot on them, didn't work out. And then since then, it's just been a steady flow of a couple small bucks, a bunch of does. Got some footage here and there when they would get close, but it's definitely seemed like something was chasing around. I'm in this major drainage here, huge draw, and then on the west side of it, it's a massive steep ridge. It's just got draw, just ridge after ridge running off the side of it. And
So I end up hunting Georgia, the same farm, a lot. Probably 10 times or more as the season progressed. And as it got closer to what time they should be rutting down there, which is somewhere around the 1st of December, last week in November, started seeing some more deer, started seeing some young bucks moving does. And I was like, man, it's got to happen soon. It's just got to. So I started getting a lot of bucks on camera, a lot of good bucks. And I end up tagging out on this buck in Tennessee on November 27th. So at that point, I've only got 1 tag left in my pocket. It's time to head back to Georgia. So on November 29th, I'm actually building my son a playground, and I happened to find on Facebook Marketplace a slide that would be perfect to go on his playground. And it just so happens to be in the same town in Georgia that I hunt. What an excuse. I call the wife, hey, found a slide for the playground. I got to head down there. So had about 2 hours left before dark, so I book it down there as hard as I can. And I get there, and man, it's a tough evening all around. And here you'll see that.
got to do a little rattling sequence here. Now that it's getting late and I haven't seen anything. No good, but you never know.
So it's basically dark at this point, and I hear a coyote howl just down the holler. And I knew as soon as I heard that there was something up because I could hear something running. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking it's just coyotes running, and it's gotten pretty dark. And I happen to look up and realize there's a deer running right at me, and I'm thinking it's just a buck chasing a doe. It's so dark I can't even tell that this deer's a buck. So when it stops at 30 yards, I'm thinking, where's the buck? I keep looking behind it, nothing's happening. When I turned back and grabbed my rifle and just happened to scope the deer that's standing at 30 yards, lo and behold, the buck you see here in the photo is standing at 30 yards, and I make one quick shot on him, as you'll hear and see in the trail cam picture here. So I make the shot, I get lucky and watch the buck fall. I was elated, totally forgot to take a exit interview, as well as the fact that my GoPro was dead. So I walked down, took a look at the buck as you see here, and then went back to the truck, grabbed my deer cart, and grabbed another GoPro, and the work began as here I sat in the state of Georgia by myself after dark with a buck 300 yards deep into the woods. So nothing like it. These are my favorite times, my favorite parts of deer hunting.
Y'all forgive me, I'm so out of shape. But look what we did tonight. We got him. Didn't get the camera on. Was being chased by coyotes. But we fooled around, got us a big one. Broke his brow off. We are tagged out in Georgia, Tennessee, and Illinois. On to Alabama.
All that goes down, an absolutely wild hunt that I will absolutely never forget. And that led to my biggest Georgia buck to date, at least by frame size. He is an awesome buck, got that turned down beam, even got a hole in the antler there. Just an awesome hunt, nothing like making a good shot and getting to watch him go down. I wish I could have got more of the shot on camera, but at least the trail camera got what it got. So everything can't be perfect, but that being said, an awesome season in Georgia, and just can't wait for next year, man. I can't wait to do some turkey hunting down there. It was just a crazy year getting to tag out in 3 states, and hopefully soon you'll get to see the Illinois hunt coming.